If you're thinking about hiring a realtor to sell your home in California, or really anywhere this would actually apply, I have a few simple tips that I would use. I'm a real estate attorney and a broker. I have referred clients, friends, family out all over the country. And I think two of the most useful things that I do is I ask the realtor that we're thinking of working with to send us a sample residential listing agreement and then a sample purchase agreement. And then somewhere in the conversation, I'll ask them about their marketing strategies and how they deal with multiple offers and how they get them and then how they negotiate them. Because that is, even in down markets or the shifting market that we're in now, many times, many parts of the year, you would still expect there'll be multiple offers. And really, some of the most important things are how your realtor, how much credibility they have with the different buyer's agents. You have to make buyers and buyer's agents feel like they're part of a fair process and that they have a chance. And then the offers can come in. But if your agent isn't able to communicate with people like that, well, then your agent's going to say, you should do this deal right away. But anyway, let's go back to the strategy that I talked about. So the sample residential listing agreement is really important because in this video series of how to sell your home properly and responsibly in a shifting market, I've explained that you want to tighten down the period of time that a realtor controls your asset. I believe that you should not list for more than 31 days. And on top of that, bootstraps and suspenders, you should write in a clause that says, seller may cancel this agreement at any time with written notice to the broker. And maybe the agent too. I would do both, but you could just write in to broker. And then finally, in the training at winnerscheck.com/listing agreement, I give you a sample agreement. I also tell you how to deal with the tail, because the tail causes hassles if you want to work with a different agent. Those three things minimum that you want to do with the listing agreement. So you want to see what the agent is going to send you over, and then you want to contact them again and already ask, will they change those terms before they ever see your home? Agents are so good at closing. I've heard it said that, agents you got to consider them vampires, and they're going in for the kill on your neck. They want your home, your asset, and they want to suck the lifeblood out of that. I mean, you've got to think of it that way. These agents want to lock up your home for 3 months, 6 months to a year. Not all of them, but many of them. And your job is to say, no, it's my asset. The market's changing. If we were doing a great job, I think we still have a good chance to achieve results. I'm going to work with you. But if I need to go to another direction, this is my asset. It's worth $1 million or $500,000. It's got some of my equity in there. It's my equity, not yours. And I can get this home sold. But if things change, I want to be able to go another direction. I mean, do not take those objections that realtors are trained for. Don't let them make you feel bad. You say, I'm sure you can find a way to figure that out working within the constraints I'm imposing upon you. I mean, it's your asset. Take control of this, please. You don't want to be, I've helped people. I've had these phone calls. People sometimes get tortured, not every time. But do not let a realtor say no one else can sell your home no matter what for the next 6 to 9 months. At some point, prices may be down. You might have a second, and you're like, I'm going to start having to come to the table with my own money if I want to avoid going to short sale or foreclosure. And what you could really do is just find a realtor who'd work for less. I mean, so you need to maintain flexibility. Plus, it'll make your realtors work harder for you. So that's why you want to get that RLA over. It opens up the conversation. Now, the second thing is you want to get a sample residential purchase agreement to come over. Now, this is usually, I like to say, could you tell me the pie in the sky price, the price that you'd sell for in a minute? Can you tell me the listing price? And could you tell me the lowest price you think my seller would sell for? Otherwise, they should keep looking or go another direction. Now, this is important for two reasons. One, I'm going to follow up, or you would follow up with the agent and ask them about their marketing strategies, how they're going to elicit multiple offers, and how they're going to deal with them. I'm not saying there's only one way to negotiate with multiple offers, but I can tell you one way to negotiate with multiple offers. The worst way is to deal with them all at once, and then particularly say, I want your highest and best right now, because that drives buyers away. That's when I've gotten my most calls from people who are unhappy with it. This is in the up market. People who are unhappy with their agents who drove all the buyers away. Sometimes they do it twice. Many buyers hate getting, after a round or two, then getting final and best. They're like, these people are just so greedy. Like, that's not the way to do it. Now, you can do it with a few of your offers, but not your good ones. Okay, so you want to use that RL, and another reason why you want to see all those terms in the RPA, because you can get an idea what your net's going to be, where they think expenses are going to go. And this is super important because we're trying for multiple offers, right? I advise buyers to sometimes go to the listing agents right away if they want to buy a nice home or a well-priced home. So, some buyers, the smart buyers, actually the motivated buyers, are going to frequently be calling your listing agent to work with them. So now, when the listing agent presents you with a contract for the first time, how are you going to know if the terms are good, right? But this way, if you've already got their sample, it does two things. One, it gives you something to compare. But the agent's going to say, well, I already know what my clients have seen these contracts. I already know what they're expecting, and this is what they're expecting. And in fact, it opens up so many that we can go into this over and over. But it opens up. It's actually great for your agent, too, in negotiating with buyers. So that is the training for today, that like the no pitch. I'm just straight up telling you how this has to happen in these shifting markets. Now here's the pitch why I think I have a great program. One, in our program, we'll go over the listing agreement with you. We can even contact the agent and negotiate the listing agreement that you'd like. But two, to make it useful, one of the things in down markets is agents realize that clients don't want to over-disclose or under-disclose. In an up market, if your disclosures are wrong, the house went up, people are like, well, we can take the house back and we'll just sell it for 50 or 100 grand more. So there's not a lot of liability. An up market takes care of a lot of the risk. In a down market or mediocre market, brokers know, particularly brokers with experience, like, you cannot answer your clients' questions about disclosures, because what happens is the market is down, buyers get ticked, they sue the brokers, they sue the agents. Let's say that the broker did nothing wrong, when they sue the seller and the seller says, well, that's what my agent told me, then that brings the broker into it. So in balanced and down markets, responsible agents have you hire an attorney anyway. And I'm a real estate attorney and broker, and I had pretty much a side business. In addition to all the short sale counseling and the foreclosure and walk away and the loan mod business, which was great in the beginning. We got some incredible loan mods at first. I was doing consultations for people between 300 and 400 an hour. I remember 375 a lot. I might have gotten to 425 when I was really busy. But I right now have a deal running at an opportunity running at my website at winnerscheck.com/disclosures, or you can click the link where I'll do your home seller disclosures with you. And one of the reasons I can do it for $100 now is the software is so good now. We don't spend a lot of time going back and forth and documents flipping because you didn't have you couldn't turn into a PDF. You now use software to fill these out, and we talk about it, and then we talk about your options. But one of our favorite strategies up and down market is have our home sellers prepare their disclosures, and then we make sure that all the buyers get the disclosures before they see the home. So while they're walking through the home, they see that you're disclosing the material defects, of course, and you're accurately disclosing them. You're not over disclosing, you're not under, but you're also including a few other things that aren't material that make them feel much more comfortable about the fact that you thoroughly disclose things that were in their interest to know. And that should elicit more buyers to make offers, and it certainly eliminates some of those buyer fears, like am I going to find out a lot of problems from after our inspector gets out there, and am I going to wish I have to renegotiate the price down? No, you're eliminating their concerns so they can make you their fullest price offer at the time. And then also your agent gets to use these facts that they've already seen the disclosure. So you're making the offers subject to those disclosures. We've already explained them to you. You can get a realtor out there. You can get an inspector out there in the first 2 or 3 days. We'll cooperate. We'll get that inspector in, and you'll get the report back, and you'll know within 5 to 7 days whether you want to buy this home or not. So instead of the 17 days or 21-day disclosures or waiting until the very end to find out, you can tighten those periods down to 5 to 7 days. So the benefit, I'll go into more detail in another video, but the benefit of just doing your disclosures ahead of time is that it can protect you from lawsuits. You'll get the full benefits of the law disclosing everything. If you disclose properly, you can probably establish a credibility and get more money for your home. And you can also use it in negotiations to lock down buyers. And really as an acid test see the buyers who really want to, if you have a choice, you can find out which buyers really want to buy your home because they'll be willing to work with you. So there's so many reasons to do your disclosures ahead of time, even before you hire a listing agent. To find out more, go to winnerscheck.com/disclosure or click on the link.